And it's the Cavaliers to start out. Look at Cleveland's starting group. The two stars, LeBron and Love. At the 3 and the 4. Irving is out there with Smith. And it's Mozgov in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. No one near James as he lets it go. That falls. Great assist by Love. LeBron's got the game going with his first points of the game for the Cavs. On defense, the Cavaliers. Paul dishes to Griffin. To the wing right side. Redick for 3, and that one's good. Redick's got his first 3 points of the game.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Timofey Mozgov, 7'1", a shot blocker and rebounder. Still pretty foul-prone defensively, but he has really become an interior presence.
Now Crawford, following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. And that one's good.
And a lot of times his first quarter seems to dictate how big of a role he plays later on, and he's off to the good start.
LeBron with him. He's picked up by Paul. LeBron drives.
Oh, my goodness. What a huge play.
That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary, partner.
Man.
Oh, you know it. The guy can climb the ladder.
Jordan with the bucket. It's a real alley-oop that time, partner.
The pass, Clark, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
Precision at its finest.
Man, and it all had to be perfect and in precision. That's not nearly as easy as they made it look.
And they double up James.
That's a jump ball.
And so it's Cleveland with it. Love kicks to Irving. And he's good on the 3-ball.
The defenders need to talk to each other. The communication lacking there on that 3-pointer.
Los Angeles has gone 2 of 2 from 3-point range here in the first quarter. Paul passes to Redick. Griffin dishes to Redick. And it's Paul penetrating. Clock at 6. That's good.
Chris
Paul's got 5 now.
You know, guys, I would call that methodical but explosive. You know, he waits for the opportunity and then boom, right to the rack.
Well, you often think of the Clippers as being an updated version of Showtime. They know how to grind out and get it in, too.
Yeah, I thought they were a little better defensively. They have guys that will certainly give you highlight reel material, but they're smart in how they attack teams and how they finish games, too. Soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
You know, I got to say, Clark, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going to go.
We saw it ended up right where it was supposed to, in the basket.
It sure did.
I don't think anybody knew where it was going to go.
Now Paul, following the 3-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. With the teardrop, Paul's shot is off.
And with the Clippers, I think a big part of how they can grind out a win is that they know how to get to the free throw line.
For the Cavaliers, Thompson comes in for Mozgov. And it's Iman Shumpert in for Smith. Now here's Paul. 7 points in the game. Outside Griffin. In the corner, it's Crawford. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Crawford's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Well, one way or another, the
Oh, man, that was unreal.
Mark it up. Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, now's when they need a little spark anyway.
Redick with the bucket.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
Shumpert, no good. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Griffin a screen on LeBron. Poked away. And he's going up for the alley-oop. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
Remains Los Angeles ball.
Here's Redick. 6 points for him. Back to Paul. It's tipped. Out of bounds. Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession.
Now, that pass had just a little bit too much heat on it for him to make a clean steal.
I think it would have been a tough catch for either of them.
15 seconds on the shot clock. 15.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for them early on.
Yeah, their passing has been terrific, too. Clark, we're seeing a lot of assists, really moving on a flow offensively. I like what I see.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the court for Cleveland, the two stars, LeBron and Love. At the 3 and the 4, J.R. Smith out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Mozgov in at the center, locking down the middle. Well, Clark is down really shooting-wise for Kyrie Irving last season.
Yeah, it sure was, and you heard some sources within the Cavs organization questioning his leadership, too. I mean, the chemistry in Cleveland, not really where it needed to be, kind of a mess all season, quite honestly. And Irving is still young and has a lot on his shoulders and maybe started to show some of the frustration with the expectations and demands that have been placed on him. But now, as he continues to grow as a leader, having LeBron James there and some other veterans who've come in should really help smooth that out for the young standout.
LeBron kicks to Mozgov. And a wide open look for Irving. No good with the triple. Los Angeles leading by 11. Griffin goes in. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Crawford passes to Redick. Paul with the ball. Now Smith defending. Out of bounds. Cleveland takes possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges. The Cavs were an all-out mess last year. A lot of that was because of their depth. They just did not have the punch off the bench to keep leads or bring them back into games.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
And with the Cavs, their score differential for their reserves really tells the story. Just way too many points given away when that second unit came on the field. Something they needed to address in the offseason, and they did.
The Cavaliers trail by 11. J.R. Smith on the wing. LeBron is doubled. And a wide open look for Irving. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
LeBron James.
And for the Cavs, depth certainly won't be an issue this time around. A lot of changes and growth for them, resulting in a much deeper and talented roster.
And, you know, Kevin, people still underestimate the importance of having a strong bench. The Cavs really struggled with that last year, but with LeBron starting and pushing former starters to the bench, they'll be in a much stronger position.
J.R. Smith going from one of his best seasons in 2012-13 to one of his worst a year ago. I think his knee surgery in the offseason really got him off to a slow start. He didn't have the same bounce in his step, and he didn't find his game until late in the season.
Paul kicks to Crawford. Crawford with another miss. The Cavaliers trail by 8. Pass to Smith. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, you talk about Smith's knee holding him back. It does make sense. I mean, his rebounding and rate of scoring both went down, but he shot well from outside and increased his assist totals. That speaks to him playing around his knee issue a bit.
Dishes it to Redick. A 3-ball. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
J.J. Redick.
Paul's got his 3rd assist on the night.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing him. That's 4 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been three-pointers.
And another miss by Cleveland. Clippers leading by 9. Jordan dishes to Paul. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
And Smith shooting poorly to start last season, but his play improved as the season wore on, Steve.
Yeah, and as his knee rounded into form, I think he got more comfortable, and we saw that in how he finished the season.
Irving with it. Chris Paul covering Irving. And another miss by Cleveland. LA's gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. Crawford, no luck.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
Wandering aimlessly out of bounds like that, might earn him a ticket to the bench.
Love check in for Cleveland. The drive by Paul. And they double up Paul. Now Griffin inside. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession.
Los Angeles ball.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. 6 to shoot. Crawford kicks to Redick.
Well, after playing well in the first, he's having a bit of difficulty in making it happen here.
And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Redick's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Smith wide open. He fires. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And it's 6 points for Smith. Crawford, no one around him. And absolutely remarkable. And so that brings... And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
Just an amazing game for Redick. He has 11 points, and he sprayed home 3 3-pointers as well.
Yeah, productive day for him from long range.
J.J. Redick acquired by the Clippers going into last season. A great fit, but injuries really held him back. First, surgery to repair ligaments in his wrist, then a bulged disc in his lower back. Ended up playing just 35 games in the regular season.
CP3 at point with Redick there in the backcourt. Blake Griffin down low and DeAndre Jordan. And it's Crawford at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, Jamal Crawford fitting right in with the Los Angeles Clippers. He said, quote, "This is the best team I've ever been on, and it's made me a better player. I've never played with someone like Chris Paul. He makes the game easy for me. I went my first 10 years in the league without making the playoffs, so that's all I want to do now." Kevin, over to you.
In his instant offensive role, he's a big part of their success. Thanks, Doris. And Redick, were it not for the injuries, is on pace, Clark, for the best season of his 8-year NBA career.
Kevin would have been a career high in points per game. Great efficiency for Redick as well. He flourished playing alongside former ACC rival CP3, Chris Paul.
Here's Griffin, and he comes it down.
He threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
Well, now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
Well, Jamal Crawford has proven that no matter what role he plays, just call him buckets. He can flat out put the ball in the basket. You got to give him a lot of credit, though. He does change his game quite a bit depending on if he's coming off the bench or starting. I think that speaks to his IQ.
The Cavaliers trail by 15. Irving attacking. Left side, Love. LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. The Cavaliers again can't hit.
And as you said with Jamal, a lot of players can't really make that change between being a starter or a sub, but he does it so smoothly in such short time. Utility to this team.
Well, as they continue to dominate, you wonder just how much higher this lead might get.
I think it really could get out of hand, and you can credit their defense just as much as their offense for that.
Got a piece.